I used cannabis at a very early age, but I very soon found cocaine from that. I was drinking and using cocaine on my own. Very soon after that came heroin, and this was right towards the end of my using. I was smoking heroin and crack cocaine with drinking. Shoplifting food to sell to get heroin and crack. I was getting arrested 2 or 3 times a week. So I would take it upon myself to get arrested so that I had somewhere to stay. My mental health deteriorated, you know, and I really felt like I was struggling with it. This wasn't something that I was just doing for fun. I didn't like where I was, and I could see that there was actually going to be no return. I went to the train station and walked along the tracks. Kind of that describes the desperation that I was in at that time. And I met a girl, and she told me about a place in Stevenage called the Living Room. I'd never heard of it before. I gave it a shot. The way the Living Room worked is an abstinence-based program, you know, and it's, for this addict, that is the only way that I can get better. 1 drink is too many, and 1,000 was never enough for me. I don't think there's many people that come into recovery and get it first time, you know, and that's certainly not my story. And the Living Room were great about it, you know, they were really happy to see me come back. I was laying in, it was kind of an underpass, and I was laying there with another guy with a bag of beers on the floor, and we had no more money left for drugs, but I was high on crack and heroin, and he turned to me and he said, "Darren, why don't you go home and get sober again like you have done before?" This guy just said it, and for some reason I actually heard what he said, and I handed over the bag of beers that I had, and I went home, and I rang the Living Room again. That was the last time I used. I thought the way that I was behaving only affected me, and I was so wrong. I broke my mum and dad's heart, you know. Yeah, so I met someone over a year down the line now. We're still together, and we've got a 5-week-old daughter. My mum and dad's are so proud of me at the moment. Me getting into recovery in the Living Room has not only saved my life, but it saved my partner's, my little baby, and my parents' lives as well, you know. Like, my loved ones can really move on with their lives now, knowing that I'm on a good path. Yeah, I felt like I lived in a really dark place, but now that I'm in recovery, I realise it was insight. Like, the world has not changed since I've been in recovery, but I've changed, and I live in a beautiful world today.